What do our kidneys do? Our body is like a big, busy city. Every part of it has a special job to keep things running smoothly. In this city of ours, also known as our body, the kidneys are like the city's cleanup crew. They're always working, always busy, making sure our body stays clean from the inside. These bean-shaped organs, which are about the size of a fist, are hidden away under our ribs. But even if we can't see them, they're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Just like a city needs to get rid of trash, our body needs to get rid of waste. That's where our kidneys come in. They make sure that all the unwanted stuff we don't need gets thrown out. Today, we're going to take a closer look at these amazing cleaners. We'll learn about what they do, why they're so important, and how the food we eat can make their job easier or harder. Welcome to our journey through kidney health. Today, we're going to explore the amazing world of our kidneys and learn why they're so important to our body. Here's a quick peek at what we'll be diving into. Number one, the role of the kidneys. We'll start by understanding what our kidneys do and why they're so special. Number two, how our kidneys work. We'll look at the different jobs our kidneys have, from cleaning our blood to balancing minerals. Number three, challenges for the kidneys. Not everything is easy for our kidneys. We'll learn about things that can make their jobs harder. Diet and health. Food plays a big role in how our kidneys feel. We'll discover the best foods for kidney health. We will wrap up with some takeaways to remember about our kidneys. Get ready to embark on an exciting journey and discover the wonders of our kidneys. You might be wondering who I am and why I'm qualified to talk about this. If you're someone living with chronic kidney disease, I've got great news for you. Hello, I am Mathia Ford, a registered dietitian nutritionist specializing in chronic kidney disease and owner of renaldiethq.com. I specialize in helping people just like you improve their health by making simple yet delicious changes to your meals. Together, we could transform your eating habits, boost your overall well-being, and ensure that you're enjoying every bite along the way. Say goodbye to bland and boring meals and say hello to a healthier, more vibrant life. Let's get started on this incredible journey to better health together. Visit renaldiethq.com today and take the first steps towards a healthier lifestyle. Now let's get started. How the kidneys function. So where exactly are these kidneys? They're tucked away on both sides of our back, right under our ribs. They might not be as famous as our heart or our brain, but they're the stars in their own right. Think of them as the unsung heroes of our body. They have a lot of important jobs to do. They never take a break. Day or night, they're hard at work, making sure our body stays healthy. It's like they're the managers of a big factory, making sure everything runs smoothly. They clean our blood, balance the water in our body, and even help make red blood cells. It's a big job, but our kidneys are up to the task. Let's dive deeper and see how they manage to do all these things. Now, let's talk about one of the most important jobs our kidneys do, cleaning our blood. Imagine a big swimming pool. Over time, leaves, dirt, and other stuff can make the water dirty. Our blood is like that pool, and the kidneys are like the pool's filter system. Every day, they go through all of our blood several times and picking out the things that we don't need. This unwanted stuff gets turned into urine, which we then get rid of. It's a big job, but our kidneys are really good at it. They make sure our blood is clean and free from waste. This helps keep our whole body healthy. So the next time you think about your kidneys, remember they're hard at work, making sure you stay in tip-top shape. Imagine our body as a big battery. Just like batteries need the right balance of elements to work, our body needs the right balance of special minerals called electrolytes. These are things like sodium, potassium, and calcium. Our kidneys are like the guardians of this balance. They make sure we have just the right amount of these minerals in our blood. Too much or too little can make us feel sick. So every day, our kidneys check and adjust these levels all throughout the day, making sure that everything is just right. It's like having a personal chef who makes sure our food has the perfect amount of spice, not too much and not too little. Have you ever used a water hose? If you press the end, the water sprays out harder and faster. That's kind of how blood pressure works in our body. It's like the force of the blood pushing against our blood vessels. Our kidneys help control this blood pressure. They make sure it's not too high or too low. If our blood pressure is too high, it's like the water in the hose being too forceful. It can cause problems, but our kidneys keep things in check. They adjust the amount of water and salt in our body and make sure our blood pressure is just right. It's like having a built-in pressure control system that's always looking out for us. It's also why blood pressure can lead to damage if it's not under control, because the small blood vessels where the kidneys do their work, called the nephrons, can be damaged over time with high blood pressure that is not controlled. Red blood cells are like tiny delivery trucks in our body. They carry oxygen from our lungs to every part of our body. And guess what? Our kidneys play a big role in making these cells. They send out a special signal, like a call, telling our body to make more red blood cells when they sense that our levels are becoming too low. That signal is a hormone called erythropoietin that tells our bones to make more red blood cells. This signal is like a boss at a factory telling workers to make more trucks. Without enough red blood cells, our body won't get the oxygen it needs. So the next time you take a deep breath, remember your kidneys are helping make sure every part of your body gets the fresh air it needs. Acids and bases are substances that have different properties and can be found in various things that we encounter in daily life. An acid is a substance that typically tastes sour and can be found in items like lemons, vinegar, or citrus fruits. On the other hand, a base is a substance that often tastes bitter and can be found in baking soda, soaps, or certain cleaning products. When we consume something acidic or basic, such as lemon or baking soda, the taste we experience is a result of these substances being too acidic or too basic. Our body, like a fish tank that requires the right balance to keep the fish happy, also requires the right balance between acidic and basic substances. This balance gets disrupted, our body may not feel right or may experience discomfort. Fortunately, our kidneys play a crucial role in maintaining this balance. They act as expert chefs, constantly monitoring the levels of acidity and basicity in our blood. If there's an excess of an acid or a base, the kidneys step in and remove the excess from our blood. They function like an intricate system, carefully adjusting the levels by adding a pinch of this or that to ensure our body has the perfect balance. They even remove a pinch of this or that to help keep the balance. By regulating the levels of acid and base in our body, the kidneys help maintain an optimal pH level, which is necessary for various bodily functions to operate smoothly. Without this balance, certain processes in our body may be disrupted, leading to discomfort or health issues. Therefore, the kidneys play a vital role in ensuring our body functions properly by maintaining the delicate balance between acids and bases. Our kidneys are super hard workers, but there are things that can make their jobs tougher. It's like if you're trying to clean your room, but someone keeps making a mess. Some things can hurt our kidneys or make them work too hard. Things like having too much sugar in our blood or really high blood pressure can be tough on our kidneys. It's important to know about these things because if we can avoid them, we can help our kidneys stay strong and healthy. It's like giving them a helping hand so they can keep doing their important job. So let's talk about those things that are affecting our kidneys and possibly leading to damage. We all love sweet treats, right? But too much sugar in our blood over time isn't good for our kidneys. It's like if you pour too much sugar into a drink, it doesn't dissolve and can make things sticky. When there's too much sugar in our blood, it can make the tiny blood vessels in our kidneys sticky too. This can make it hard for our kidneys to clean our blood. It's like trying to clean a sticky, sugary mess. So it's important to keep our blood sugar at the right level. This way our kidneys can keep working smoothly, just like they're supposed to. When you have diabetes and you don't have blood sugar levels under control, you can damage your kidneys over time. Hemoglobin A1C, which is a lab test, is considered a great way to tell if your blood sugar over the last 3 months is under control or not. In the United States, a hemoglobin A1C under 7 indicates great blood sugar management. High blood pressure or hypertension is when the force of blood against our blood vessels walls is too strong. Think of it like, again, water running through a hose. If the water runs too fast and hard, it can damage the hose over time. In the same way, when blood pushes too hard against our vessels, it can hurt them. Our kidneys, which have many tiny blood vessels, can get damaged from this. When our kidneys are hurt, they can't clean our blood as well as they should. So it's important to keep our blood pressure at a good level. By doing this, we help our kidneys stay healthy and do their job well. A normal blood pressure is 120/80, and a high blood pressure number is anything over 140/90. The top number indicates the pressure when the heart is squeezing to push out blood, and the lower number indicates the pressure on your arteries when your heart relaxes between beats. Inflammation is when a part of our body becomes red or swollen and sometimes painful. It's the body's way of trying to protect itself from something harmful. But sometimes this inflammation can cause problems. One of the problems is called glomerulonephritis. It's a big word, but it just means that the tiny units in our kidneys that help filter out our blood become inflamed. Nephrons. When this happens, our kidneys can't filter our blood as well as they should. This means that waste and extra water might not get removed from our body. Over time, this can hurt our kidneys. So it's important to know about inflammation and how it can affect our kidneys. Our kidneys are like the nature's cleaning crew for our body. They work hard to get rid of things that our body doesn't need. But sometimes they come across things that are hard to clean out. These can be certain medications or chemicals, just like how some stains are hard to wash out of clothes. Some chemicals or toxins are hard for our kidneys to remove. When our kidneys have to deal with these tough chemicals for a long time, it can hurt them. This is why it's important to be careful about what we put in our body. We should always talk to a doctor before taking any new medication and be aware of the chemicals we might be around. By doing this, we can keep our kidneys safe and healthy. Many things in our environment can be considered toxins, and when your kidneys are not working at their full capacity, these can remain in your system longer and cause issues. Smoking is one of those activities that can create toxic chemicals in your body and causes issues with many organs besides your kidneys, but especially your kidneys. Our kidneys work hard every day to keep our body clean, but sometimes they can get sick from infections. Just like how we catch a cold or the flu, our kidneys can get infections too. When this happens, it's usually okay because our body can heal. But if our kidneys keep getting infections over and over again, it can cause problems. These infections can leave scars on our kidneys, just like how a deep cut on our skin can leave a scar. Over time, these scars can add up and cause lasting damage to our kidneys. This damage can make it hard for our kidneys to do their job. That's why it's so important to take care of our kidneys and make sure they stay healthy. You might also develop kidney cancer, which could cause an entire kidney to need to be removed. You also might have hereditary issues like polycystic kidney disease that causes you to have cysts in your kidneys and affects the ability of your kidney to function. All of those things together can be traumatic for your kidneys. The food we eat can affect many parts of our body, including our kidneys. Just like how a car needs the right kind of fuel to run well, our kidneys need the right kind of food to work best. Some foods can help our kidneys, while others can make their job harder. It's like giving them the tools they need to work well. By choosing the right foods, we can help our kidneys stay strong and healthy. But if we eat too much of the wrong foods, it can strain our kidneys. A balanced diet can look different in different states and even countries, but overall, being mindful of your choices can improve your health by making informed choices. Today, we're going to learn about the different foods that can help or hurt our kidneys and how to make the best choices for our health. Protein is an important part of our diet. It helps build and repair our muscles and gives us energy. But like everything, it's important to have the right amount. Too much protein can be hard on our kidneys. It's like giving them extra work to do. For most people, eating a normal amount of protein is fine. But for people with kidney problems, especially those with advanced CKD, they need to be more careful. Eating too much protein can make their kidneys work harder than they should. Protein creates a waste product which is removed through urine, so the more protein you eat, the more waste you create. And this can strain the kidneys, and they're unable to eliminate all the waste products, so they remain in your blood for longer. So it's important to find the right balance. By eating the right amount of protein, we can help our kidneys stay healthy and strong. Sodium is a fancy word for something we all know, salt. We find salt in many of the foods we eat. While a little bit of salt can make our food taste better, too much of it isn't good for our health, regardless of our condition. When we eat a lot of salt, we can raise our blood pressure. High blood pressure means our heart and blood vessels are working too hard, and this can make our kidneys work harder than they should. Over time, this extra work can hurt our kidneys. That's why it's important to watch how much salt we eat. By cutting back on salt, we can help our heart, blood vessels, and kidneys stay healthy. It's like giving them a break so they don't get too tired. The recommended amount of sodium for people with chronic kidney disease is 2,000 milligrams per day. Reading labels and tracking your sodium intake is crucial for people with CKD. Potassium and phosphorus are two things we get from the food we eat. They're important for our body to work right. But like everything, it's about balance. Our kidneys help keep the right amount of potassium and phosphorus in our body. But when someone has CKD or chronic kidney disease, their kidneys might not work as well. This means the kidneys might have trouble keeping the right balance of potassium and phosphorus. When there's too much of them in the body, it can cause problems. That's why people with CKD need to be careful about how much potassium and phosphorus they eat. By watching their diet, they can help their kidneys do their job better. Depending on your stage of CKD, you would have different levels of restrictions of these two minerals, and those would be communicated to you by your physician, nephrologist, doctor, or possibly your dietitian. Water is important for our body. It helps keep us hydrated and helps our body do many of its jobs. But with food, it's all about balance. Our kidneys help get rid of extra water by turning it into urine. But if someone has CKD, their kidneys might not be able to get rid of water as well as they should. This means they might need to watch how much they drink. Drinking too much can be hard on the kidneys, but drinking too little isn't good either. It's all about finding the right balance. By watching how much they drink, people with CKD can help their kidneys stay healthy. Your doctor or nephrologist would provide a recommended fluid intake and let you know if there's any need for any restriction. Our kidneys are like two hardworking helpers in our body. They do a lot to keep us feeling good and healthy, but sometimes they can face challenges. CKD or chronic kidney disease is when our kidneys aren't working as well as they should. It's important for us to know how our kidneys work and what can make them work harder or even get hurt. This way, we can do our best to take better care of them. When we know what's good and what's not so good for our kidneys, we can make better choices. It's like knowing what foods are healthy to eat and which ones aren't. By making good choices, we help our kidneys stay strong and do their job well. This includes watching what we eat and drink, and also being careful with things like salt and certain medicines. Diet plays a big role in how our kidneys feel. Just like we need the right food to feel our best, our kidneys need the right balance of things to work well. Too much of something like salt or certain minerals can be hard on our kidneys. But by eating the right foods and drinking the right amount of water, we can keep our kidneys healthy. In the end, our kidneys are important for our whole body. By taking care of them, we're taking care of our overall health. We have the power to make good choices for our kidneys, and when we do, we're helping ourselves feel better and live a healthier life.